PK, we see Barcelona trying to play the ball on the other side. Athletic Club defending, just defending. Very good tactical approach by Marcelino there, as he had the Super Cup final. And that was what's happened in this first half. There's probably going to be a lot more action in the second half, as tiredness will kick in, and we will see, well, athletic clubs probably having to change some players, having to into some subs, and we will see if they will manage to maintain that level, that stamina. But it was good defending there from Bilbao in this first half. As we said, they're missing Yuri Berchiche, which is probably one of their main players in the left wing. Valencia is playing on his side. It's the natural substitution. And Valencia being a good defender, with being able to see that he's not the proficient attacker Yuri is. Yuri, former PSG player, went from Real Sociedad to PSG for over 20 million, and then for a similar amount of money, he went 1 year after that. Having played a lot of games for PSG and won trophies, he went to Bilbao, where he still is, and he's probably going to play there for the coming years. But other than that, not much more from Bilbao. Not really, we couldn't see much of Iker Muniain, probably the most talented player technically for Bilbao. Not much from Iñaki Williams, although he's more limited technically. His profile was better suited for this kind of game, as he's really fast, really energetic, strong, and he wasn't able to put too much trouble to the Barcelona's defense. Now we can see a few comments here. Where's Logan? I don't know who's Logan, mate. Really sorry there. We're trying to broadcast here Barcelona's Kings Cup final against Bilbao. 0-0 halftime. Not the brightest game, but one very exciting. We could see the tension in the players of both teams, and really tactical game so far. Barcelona probably needs to increase the speed of the passing sequences of of how they move the ball. So far, it was really slow. Way too easy for the Bilbao's defense to keep up, even with the trying to go side to side. And we could see Dani Garcia being probably one of the men of the match, as he was very active defensively and not too well. He was also active offensively, but he was putting a lot of trouble. He was in every quarrel, every battle happened in the game, and it was due to happen. He ended up seeing the yellow card we had in this first half, and that's probably one of the. Although he probably will be one of the first players, if not the first players, to come off the pitch for substitution. He's definitely going to be one of the weaknesses Barcelona need to exploit in order to get him to see that second yellow card. That would make things a lot easier for Barcelona. But we will see what other solutions Koeman can have in order to speed up the game, to try to make things happen as well. It's hard to say, but Barcelona tried to do things right, but just they were way too slow. So I don't. That's probably the main thing they need to do: pick up the pace when moving the ball around, and in order to find spaces for Messi. Messi's being well guarded as well. A bit annoyed with the referee. He probably needs to focus more in the game and less the referee, and Barcelona will eventually probably take good advantage of that should it happen. Focusing here on the comments. Jaden Fad, I'm your fan. Thank you. I guess you mean the page. I don't think you mean mine, but thank you anyway. Parikshit Gupta with his hands. Back to you, mate. Back to you. Thanks for following. That's all I can say. Sorry for being a tad late. We had some technical problems. But thank you for joining in. I hope we can have a second half much better than this first one. As a technical, tactical summary of this first half, as we said, Barcelona trying to propose something, and both teams actually doing what we thought they would do. Marcelino Garcia Toral is reportedly known as a good defensive coach. We all could remember the Kings Cup final a couple of years back when he was at Valencia and he managed to defeat Barcelona 2-1 shortly after the downfield at Anfield. We all could remember that season. It looked bright a few weeks before the end, and it didn't quite end with this brightness, even though the team managed to retain the league title, which is quite important anyway. But Barca lost the semi-finals of the Champions League to Liverpool and the Kings Cup final to Valencia within like 10 days margin, which was quite painful for the team. But then Marcelino stayed only for a few more months in Valencia, where he had some quarrels with the president, with the chairman, and the owner, Peter Lim, and he got kicked out for no apparent reason October 2020. And Celades replaced him. And he didn't have, he wasn't coaching any team up until this last winter when he joined Athletic Club. And Athletic Club wasn't in a good tendency, wasn't having good dynamics, and they actually benefited from changing coaches. They had Garitano, and he wasn't really succeeding this season, let's say. Since Marcelino joined, the team is looking much better. Even though they're having a lot of injuries, they won the Super Cup after defeating Madrid in the semi-final and Barcelona in the final just a few months back. And in the league, they also improved the tendency, the scores, the results, and they managed to, get into this final that they are tying. Should we remember as well, the Athletic Club lost the last Kings Cup final a couple of weeks back, since it was postponed due to the pandemics, and Athletic Club played Real Sociedad in the same stadium they're playing today. They lost 20. They lost 1-0 the second half due to a penalty. So they're facing the likely second Kings Cup final defeat in a very short period of time. Hopefully a defeat. And we'll see now second half is approaching, if there's any substitutions, any changes that we could mention. Probably not yet though, since there haven't been any major problems. I'm assuming Marcelino will substitute Dani Garcia soon enough, because he's been very active defensively. He's a very physical midfielder, very specific in that role, and he's not able to do much more, and he's already seen a yellow card, so probably is not gonna last much longer in the pitch, which is quite risky for them. But we will see. Well, the team is not still suffering, but they could eventually have problems with yellow cards. We see the other players probably going down the pitch steadily as the second half is about to begin. We've been at it for nearly the 15 minutes, which is what the rules state. And we're not able to see any changes so far. So apparently it's all the same 22 players that will start the second half. And also Martinez Munuera coming on the pitch, the referee, who's had a few arguments with Barcelona players. We can remember one with Busquets, where the ref had none of it at all, and also one with Leo Messi, when Messi was heavily tackled and fouled from behind, and he was forced to leave the pitch due to the fact that he received assistance, even though he was already good to play, good to keep going. See as well, Koeman and Marcelino going to the pitch and sitting on the bench. And apparently the team will get underway shortly. Now you can comment to us here. What did you think of the first half? Did you guys manage to watch properly? What do you think? Who you think is gonna win? In my opinion, Barcelona will eventually manage to find a gap in the defense and get a goal. Hopefully, get a goal going. Hopefully before overtime. But so far, as we said, Athletic Club is doing a good job defensively. But again, if anyone has an opinion, please fire away, and we'll share it here. We have a few fans, but someone who said he's our fan for real. Jaden Fat, thanks for following. And but no, so far not tactical answer for what we saw in the game. Next games for Barcelona, since we're at it and the second half is not starting. Well, there's a league round tomorrow for all the teams. There's going to be 8 games tomorrow, and Barcelona is not playing yet, of course. There's going to be 8 games because Barcelona's and Athletics are postponed, but the rest of the teams are having a very intense actually Sunday. It's been a while since there was 8 games on the same day. We see the beginning of the second half, and actually there is a substitution, and it was a surprising one, as Iker Muniain is coming off, probably the best, at least the most technical player in Athletic Bilbao. Leque is coming back on. I don't know, probably this is a physical problem Muniain has. Otherwise, it's a hard sub to understand. Leque is a winger, not too technical, but good physically. And he's also usually played on both wings defensively. Good, a decent player, good sacrifice, player that has some experience already. He's 28, and player has been in the squad for some years, and quite versatile. So probably I tried to find out if Muniain had a physical problem, but the reason probably Leque is the one coming on is so he can help more defensively and cover more ground physically. But it is a surprising substitution coming on. We could see that didn't take long for Raúl García to commit the first foul in the second half. He's usually one of the fastest in the league in that. One of the most controversial players as well, as we said, physical, a former defensive midfielder that used to play for Osasuna and Atlético de Madrid, and at the same time a player that kind of followed the opposite transition that most players follow. Most players tend to go back and play more defensive positions as they grow old, or like Cristiano Ronaldo, from the wing to play as a striker since you lose pace as you age. Surprisingly, Raúl García started playing upwards. He was a defensive midfielder, one of those dirty players, and still is quite dirty, we could say, quite controversial. But he ended up playing forward. Last season, actually, he managed to score 14, 15 goals in La Liga, which is a lot. And this year he was struggling at first, but he's picking up. And he's a good defender. Who's a good scorer. He shoots the penalties, and he's one of those players that also helps with the pressure. So it's quite useful to a coach like Marcelino, as he helps him defensively dearly. Now Barcelona is playing in the defense, and we will see if this. We can see now Barcelona playing with more like tactically like a 4-man defense with their farther deep forward in the defensive half, sorry, as we can see. And the thing is, it's the common tactical change that Barcelona did in the past few games. Oh, and Griezmann almost scores. That was an excellent play, actually triggered by Dest move off the ball, as Messi got the ball in the attacking half. Dest made a good run on the right side, got the ball by Messi when he was unmarked, put a good cross and a low drive actually, and it was Griezmann who managed to tip it, but Unai Simon made an excellent save with his left foot. Unluckily for him, that rejection went straight to Griezmann's legs, and from there the ball went out. Very lucky play for Simon. Very, very, very lucky play for Athletic Club. Hello, I'm your viewer. Let's say hi. Hello, Vasing, VK Singh. Thanks for following, as we said before. Thanks for watching us, and I hope Barcelona wins. Back to the game, we see Bilbao playing on defensive half, passing the ball, bad pass, good defensive action there by Dest, Mingueza, back to Dest, good maneuver there, avoiding the opposition, and the ball goes back to the defense. We see Lenglet, bad control from Lenglet, nearly lost that ball, managed to savage it, and now it goes to Alba. Little has changed in this beginning of the second half. Admittedly, we don't see much. We don't see much much more from Barcelona. Trying probably to move things around a bit more. We see De Jong falling on the wings as he didn't during the first half. Hard to say what in the first few minutes if there's anything new, because Barcelona hasn't. They've had that good chance from Griezmann, which is more that we can say from the first half. But other than that, we don't see the ball moving around that fast, or as fast as probably would be needed. And that's probably the main problem Barcelona has in the first half. And I don't know if they would manage to find many chances if that doesn't change. Even though China's will kick in for Bilbao, and when that happens, they want to open up for sure. And at some point, Athletic will need to propose something offensively, as well. They cannot win the game only by defending. They will need to try attack, and they cannot just park the bus for the remaining 45 minutes on the overtime. But that said, they're not struggling defensively so far. Bilbao recovered that the ball when Messi was trying to dribble the defender, and now it's PK over. Mingueza gets the ball and doesn't let it go out, and now we see Barcelona again trying to build new play. Ball is been sent to the left where there's a lot more space, but again very slow. We need to pick up the pace here, otherwise that's not happening. And as we said, Lek is there to assist defensively more than Muniain did. Still couldn't find out. I think that Muniain had a physical problem, muscle injury probably, for the looks of it. By the looks of it, Leque came on pitch to just help defensively. Barcelona is still trying to find a way to open up that defense. Not quite managing. There's a bit more movement though, as we could see that shot from Pedri. Simon managed to save, and that one there was that ball in the box. There was a very dangerous ball in the box. Sergio Busquets can't believe they missed this one. Well, now apparently Barcelona is able to shake things up. It's getting more exciting this game. Luckily, there was a very nice cross from Alba, first touch. The defense tried to clear it, but they actually the clearance went to one of the teammates, Dani Garcia, I think, and the rejection fall defeat to Busquets, who couldn't score. It was a great save. It was a lucky save as well by Unai Simon. That it was essentially a one-on-one situation in the 6-yard box. Surprisingly, Busquets couldn't score. That's why he couldn't believe this. But at least Barcelona now is making things happen. If things stay like this, clearly they won't be able. Bilbao won't be able to hold on much longer. Messi tried to penetrate the box, and Íñigo Martinez managed to clear the ball. The Spanish international is an experienced centre-back, as we said before. Is one of those players that Barcelona wanted to buy when he was at Real Sociedad, and he had a release clause of some 30 million. We could see a second substitution for Bilbao. It was Alex Berenguer who came off. Surprisingly, this is probably one of the other outstanding player. Mikel Vesga at central midfield is coming on. That's probably a substitution to try to get more presence in the midfield, but at the same time, one that will probably make them change the formation to 4-3-3 with Vesga and Garcia and Unai Lopez there in the midfield, having Leque as a winger but helping defensively as well, and probably Williams and Raúl Garcia up front. With the ball now is Bilbao. Jesus Christ, what a pass backwards by De Marcos. That went straight to Simon, and he just kicks the ball forward. That's probably Athletic Bilbao's game. Try to get a ball forward. Williams' pace or Raúl Garcia's hustle will probably try to win it, and from there they would try to build a play. We will see if they manage, but usually that kind of plays are easy to cut short at the same time. But Barcelona is not the most reliable team defensively. Now we see the team trying to defend a cross from the left. It was Valenciaga trying to put that cross, and the ball goes to Messi trying to build a counter attack, and he's fouled. He's been fouled. Referee is not really. Barcelona's players are not really happy with the ref so far. And well, it's easy to understand why. There's a few controversial plays, and Barcelona are not really getting much from him. There was only a yellow card on Dani Garcia in the first half. And even though he was cutting a counter attack, Valenciaga didn't see one now, and that's a bit of a surprise. That said, though, the ref hasn't been really decisive towards the outcome of the game. Let's say there has not been a controversial play. Maybe that handball by Dani Garcia in the first half, that it was a deflection that went to his hand, but it wasn't really an intentional handball. He wasn't even cutting a play, so it's probably just an accident, and I don't think that should have been a penalty anyway. But other than that, there has not been any play that probably was controversial enough for Barcelona to complain about the ref. See, now Barcelona is. Now it's been a few minutes, but Barcelona has been able to get good chances. Still got some good chances in the second half. Now it's Messi receiving third quarters, dribbling players, making his way around as usual. Surprisingly, now the defense is not able to guard him, but the play comes to an end, sadly. Good action there by Messi. We see him a bit more active. We saw the bad foul by I think it was Leque on De Jong. Frankie De Jong has been started very active the second half and is now a bit less in his offensive presence. But other than that, we could see Barcelona trying to be more active offensively. And now a few minutes that they didn't quite manage. See the right side Dest trying to find a cross, well guarded by Valencia. As we said, Valencia is a good defender. He's not as good offensively as Yuri, as we said, is using the starting lineup as a left back and is very good offensively, the former PSG player. Yuri Berchiche. Now the ball goes to the other half of the pitch where Williams was trying to find some space for a cross, but he didn't quite manage. Domínguez got the ball back for Barcelona, and the team is starting play now. Ball goes past the midfield and goes to Messi, finding a lot more space this second half. Messi for Dest. Good cross, and Griezmann goal! Good cross by Dest. Good cross by Serginho Dest. And it was a low drive that this time Griezmann, very similar to the previous one that Unai Simon managed to deflect to save, but this one Griezmann could finish the first touch with his left foot and Sandy put it behind the keeper in the net. Good ball by Messi to Griezmann, and the cross. It wasn't there, sorry. It was De Jong, low drive, and Griezmann put it past the keeper. And now it's 1-0 for Barcelona. Finally, hopefully now more things will start to happen. It was a good finishing by Griezmann, the first post, but there was nothing Unai Simon could do there. That was a very, very good play. Messi for De Jong. First touch to the center, the low drive cross for Griezmann. Griezmann puts it past the keeper. Nice goal from Barcelona. Finally, a nice goal. 1-0, the 60th minute of the game. And Barcelona now will play with an advantage. We see what Bilbao proposes because they haven't done much offensively so far. They only were defending themselves. Tactically well deployed at the pitch. Good job by Marcelino. But it was a matter of time that if they went that way, Barcelona would start finding gaps as Sternes would eventually kick in. And now we see Barcelona. Already at the beginning of this first half, there were a few good chances, and now finally, Barcelona is found a goal way to the net, and Bilbao will need to do something else if they want to lose this trophy. That would be, again, should we remind, the second cup they lose in 2 weeks. That might be historical. I don't think that ever happened before, as they did lose 2 weeks ago to Real Sociedad 1-0, thanks to a penalty. That was a great move off the ball by Griezmann. Good diagonal run, penetrating the box, unnoticed by the defense, which is surprising. And then he could score. Now we see Bilbao a bit shaken, understandably, because that's not in their game plan. And they are a bit shaken, and probably they would expect something else to happen from the bench. For a new substitution, probably something else. But they would definitely need their coach to propose something, because that's not the game is not going their way now. It wasn't the first half, we must say, but it's not now. Barcelona gets the ball back. It's Messi, very active in the second half, great dribbling. And the right wing, Messi, passes back to Pedri. The young Spanish international is playing a good game. And the ball and we see goal by Frankie de Jong. That's a great goal. That was a great cross the box, and he finished it very well on his own against Simon. That cross left him on a very good position to finish. 2-0 for Barcelona now. That ball was great from the left side. Was Alba. Messi tried to tip it. He couldn't, thanks to defensive action. and the ball ended up going to De Jong with a low header. Manages to put it past Unai Simon. That was a great action, a great offensive action by Barcelona. It was Íñigo Martínez who got in the way of Messi, so Messi couldn't finish it. But he didn't see De Jong in a very good position to just finish it with a header. 2-0 now. Surely a good trophy for Barcelona. Surely now Barcelona sees the cup within their grasp, and they just need to play more careful, probably. Try to retain possession, as is the one thing that this team can do, and just not try to risk too much or to go too heavily on the offensive. But now surely this game is really under reach. Oscar de Marcos was trying to find a way, but got good defending there by Barca. Oscar de Marcos used to play also in more offensive positions. It's a good right back with who's able to cover a lot of ground quite quick. He's a bit of a veteran now, but still quite quick. That shot, that was probably the first shot in the second half. It was Mikel Vesga from near the box, but it went way too high, way too high. And now we see Marcelino García Toral about to actually do a triple substitution. It's the 3 substitutions he's got left. Should we remind, he changed, he subbed Iker Muniain probably due to some physical problems in the first half, in the halftime. Leque, Mikel Vesga for Berenguer, already in the second half. And now we see Unai Núñez for Geray Álvarez. That was a centre back for another centre back. Sier Villalibre, the striker we mentioned that played the trumpet when celebrating the Super Cup, subbing Iñaki Williams, and Yuri Berchiche, who had physical problems, as we mentioned, replacing Unai Lopez. Probably that would move Valenciaga to the center of the defense and Unai Núñez to the midfield. Yuri Berchiche had a lot of physical problems this season. He had COVID, we should say. He had side effects from COVID, so he had to be subbed in the halftime in a couple of games. He had a lot of diet problems, and that's why he didn't have such a good season. But the former PSG player is a dangerous one. Probably he came on too late. And now it's 2-0. Probably we will see if they will manage to at least claw one back and put some excitement in this game. We see Peno, Forza Barça. I think this cup is coming to Barcelona, by the way. Peno. And well, see Barcelona trying to control this game. Hopefully, the team manages to just not get anything going, not get any trouble defensively. But Athletic Club is very aggressive under pressure. As Sier Villalibre receiving his shot. That was a very low shot. It was Raúl García, sorry, not Villalibre. A low shot, very easy in the middle of the goal. Very easy for Ter Stegen. See Barcelona now trying to build up play. Very aggressive Athletic Club in the pressure, but that forces them to leave a lot of spaces behind. We see Messi just drilling his way, penetrating easily Athletic's half. He gets the ball in the box. Nice move there, and it's a goal. What a game! What a play! Great play by Messi. What a great second half by the team. They scored 3 goals in 8 minutes. That was an unexpected one. That's probably already securing the game for Barcelona. 3-0 and securing the second cup final lost for Bilbao in 15 days. which is again, as we said, historical. I don't think that ever happened before. As they lost the 2020 a couple of weeks ago. That we saw that play between Messi and De Jong. De Jong put a great ball to Messi in the box, great ball, and Messi dribbled the defender to his left, and he just. I mean, there was nothing there Unai Simon could have done, but Messi put the ball to the far post with 100% accuracy, and that was it. That was it. That was. I mean, Unai Simon was just stranded. So that's 3-0, 3 goals, 8 minutes. Finally, Barcelona managed to knock the wall down, and now, well, that surely seals it. That surely does it for Barcelona. That's one of the best runs that we've seen this season. 3 goals in 8 minutes. And finally, they can loosen up and play. Well, actually, that first goal made them loosen up a lot and just play as they know and force Bilbao to leave a lot of spaces behind. Now we see De Jong trying to get some space, go to the box, but he couldn't. And Barcelona is totally in control of this one. That was totally in control. And well, surely that's now just to celebrate this trophy. That's the only thing left to do. It's just a countdown to the end of the game. Bilbao they will still try to press, see if they can get a chance or two in order to claw 1 or 2 goals back. But this seems very hard to lose now. Barcelona has proven finally to be mentally strong to win a game like this after losing the Super Cup final, after losing both Clásicos this season. There was a lot of doubt, understandably, on the team's mental and psychological performance under pressure, but finally managed to get rid of all that. And they seem to be enjoying themselves the second half, controlling the ball. Now it's Lenglet for PK. PK to the right, Mingueza. Mingueza, midfield, Busquets. Good pass, cross, Griezmann, Best, Mingueza, Griezmann, Mingueza. Still at the right, the midfield is PK. Barcelona touching a bit faster the ball now. 1-2 touch. Much better than the first half, actually. That was much better, much faster. That was probably one of the key differences, as we could see the game in the first half being way too slow for Barcelona. And finally managing to find gaps in the defense probably got Barcelona more excited than Athletic Club, more desperate. And they kind of they appear to have lost focus at least. They're not even putting much pressure, as we said. Eventually, tiredness kicks in when you're playing defensively like they did. They did a good first half defensively, and when you try to do that, well, eventually tiredness kicks in. Either you score and you get the motivation to keep going, or eventually you will wear yourself down. And we could see Messi gets the ball and goal. 0-4 for Barcelona. That was a good play. Alba for Messi. Messi got it back to Alba on the left wing. And good cross, low drive back, still within the box from Alba to Messi. Messi kicked it to the first touch. There was nothing Simon could do there. The ball went in the near post. And it's 0-4 now. Well, Bilbao players look, to say the least, a bit desolated. Understandably, they were fighting for this trophy rightfully up until the 60th minute of the game. That's when the first goal came. Now we're in the 73rd, and there's been 4 goals in 12 minutes. So that's probably a lot to take in, and more than they can process. They have no substitutions left, should we remember, as Marcelino did a triple sub a few minutes ago, and he had done two previously, one in the halftime and one in the 54th minute, sorry. So now we just, Barcelona, as Peno says, Barcelona is on fire right now. It's, again, 4 goals, 12 minutes or 13 minutes. That's mental. That's probably one of the best runs we've had in the whole season. There's not much more to say about that. That explains it all. The second half has been great. Barcelona started moving the ball around faster. We got good chances right in the 50th minute, and when the goals started to fall, well, they haven't stopped yet. That was a good cross by Yuri. The free kick. Vesga touched the ball, but the defense cleared through corner. It's going to be a corner for Bilbao. But as we said, Bilbao players don't seem to be in the fight anymore. Understandably, Mikel Vesga tried again to score, but that's not that he didn't want to go. And probably, as we said, this game is pretty much resolved now for Barcelona. That was a great play by Messi. He's run wild the second season. And when he's able to do that, Barcelona really, really, really enjoys it and takes advantage. We could see the third goal. Well, he scored the third and the fourth goal, 2 goals in the final. He's probably securing his MVP this game. We will see if he manages to get a hat trick, but that would be his 35th. Correct me if I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I think it's the 35th trophy with Barcelona, which is a good number. He's the one who's got the most in the history of the club, and he will get it with 2 goals at least, and a solid performance in the second half, an MVP level performance in the second half, let's say. And Bilbao is now starting to move the ball around. They didn't do it at all so far in the game. And it was clear by the profile of the team that whenever they are having to take over possession, they don't have that much quality in the midfield. There's a few players that are very good with the ball. Muniain, who had to come off the pitch, maybe Williams, who's not on the pitch either, but they lack quality in the midfield to build plays more elaborate. Now we will see a free kick for Bilbao, 77th minute of the game. That was Piqué fouling Asier Villalibre, El Búfalo Villalibre, the Buffalo, one of those youngsters that's supposedly going to take over the striker position for Bilbao for the next some 10 years. But it's not being of any relevance today. He came on the pitch for Williams, and he hasn't. Well, he came in the middle of that rain for Barcelona, and he hasn't been able to do anything. We will see that foul, and nothing happened. The ball goes straight out. They didn't manage to get any danger for Barcelona there. The free kick went straight out, way too high. We'll see Ter Stegen serving, short pass, easy to the right. Well, Barcelona is trying to play easy, I guess. We can only see them trying to control the ball. It's 4 goals difference now. It's very hard for Bilbao to crawl anything back here. Barcelona needs to get in possession to slow down the game now. The first half was way too slow, but Barcelona managed to pick up the pace at the beginning of this second half. They got a few chances, and when they got the first goal going, then three more came within less than 10 minutes. And now it's all over. This one's done. Barcelona is going to win this King Cup, the 31st in the history of the club. The club has won the most cups in Spain. Actually, the club is the second, but far behind. Alba trying to pass it forward past the pressure, but De Marcos kicks the ball out of bounds. Oscar De Marcos, a vet, good player. Barcelona controlling the ball defensively. Not much happening from Bilbao. Probably problem for Bilbao was that when the first goal came, three more came within a few minutes, as we said, so they couldn't really take that first goal in and try to fight back. Now we see Barcelona very comfortable, enjoying themselves. First half was a bit anxious, probably, and Barcelona didn't seem comfortable. Now they are. Now they're very comfortable, and they're just controlling the goal at will. With Koeman probably is going to do a few more substitutions in these last few minutes. Just as a reminder, Sergi Roberto, came in for Serginho Dest a few minutes ago. Araujo for PK, and Ilash for Pedri. Ilash, that's usually a substitution you get looking for some more physical play. Ilash is very strong, probably better finisher than Pedri is, but just to also give the youngster some minutes in an important game. Koeman is actually doing very well with the youngsters. He's been actually trying to find the players that work for him, and he's seen a few of those in the Barcelona youth academy. Mingueza comes to mind. Ilash is one, and instead of fielding veteran players like Pjanic, who's not been able to earn himself any more minutes in this in the second half of the season. Really, he played a bit the first half, didn't succeed. Now he's not even in the rotation system. Barcelona will try to probably get a fifth goal. It'd be quite nice probably for Messi to play this final and end up with a hat trick, but we will see if he manages to do so. Should we remind, actually, it might be Messi's last final with Barcelona. Who knows if his last trophy for Barcelona as well. Messi's a good, it's history for the club, as we all know, but he may leave at the end of the season, so this might be his final trophy, and he'll leave in a very cool fashion. 2 goals and an important performance in the second half. Bilbao, they're having the ball. De Marcos playing at the midfield for Dani Garcia, Vesga, Íñigo Martínez. The left side for Yuri. We have Unai. Not really fine. They're not really clear. Clearly don't know what to do with the ball. They're not a trap team in terms of moving the ball around and being technical about it. Clearly that's not their thing. They don't have players for that, and they're really struggling now. Barcelona is giving them some more possession with this score. They managed to get here a corner on the right side, but it's out of hustle more than technique or quality. That was a bad corner. The ball goes out of the box, although they managed to keep it. That's De Marcos, defended by Alba, tries to put the cross in, and nothing comes of it. Bilbao is trying to get a goal. One of the one goal that, as we say in Spanish, is the goal, the honor goal, but they're not quite managing. What's the score, man? 4-0 for Barcelona. 4-0. And it looks like the fifth is underway. 4-0. Should we remind the scorers? They've been Griezmann, David De Jong, and Messi scored the third and the fourth goal. So it's essentially finished. But question remains: will Messi manage to score his hat trick? Will the Athletic Club manage to get goal, the goal of honor? We will see. Yeah. Need that Messi hat trick? Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. I agree with you. I agree that it would be great. We said it might be his last final and his last trophy for Barcelona. Hopefully not, but it would be a great way to end his amazing run at Barca. The ball goes to the and Griezmann goal. 5-0. 5-0. It's been Griezmann. Oh wait, the VAR is checking it. VAR is checking that fifth goal, and apparently it's gonna be disallowed. Gonna be back to 4-0, I think. Yeah, the penalty was offside, so it's 4-0. Last goal by Griezmann won't stand. 4-0. Sadly, the Frenchman scored the first goal. He was the one to open the can. So it would have been nice for him to get that second goal going. But no, not much more we can say. He's moved around at the attacking front, and he's been very active. He's played a good game. He scored the first goal, which is, as we said, important. But probably there was an offside there. When Messi passed him the ball, he was probably a bit ahead of the defense, a little bit. It's not too much. But checking the VAR review, apparently it was a good call by the ref there. But still, it's not a big issue there. There was offside in that goal, but still, not again, but just a tad. So maybe it's just the knee, but it was an offside apparently. It would have been the icing on the cake for him. Yes, it would have. It would have. It would have been a. Griezmann is also reportedly, well, having a lot of rumors that he might leave the team at the end of the season. He'll probably could have been a good way to finish his run at Barcelona with this one trophy, 2 goals in the final. Well, at least he scored one. I should remind he scored the first goal. He opened the can. So he was still essential to the outcome of this game, because we need to remember after the first goal, 3 more came within like 10 minutes. So that was great to knock the wall down, and from there Barcelona, well, it was downhill for Barcelona. And Griezmann is now being replaced by Ousmane Dembele, one of the great surprises not to be in the starting lineup, and also Martin Braithwaite for Mingueza. And surprising substitution there. Probably going back to a 4-man defense then, definitely, with Sergi Roberto on one side, Alba on the other. Braithwaite playing up front with Messi behind, moving with total freedom. And having the team a bit more structured like that, with probably Dembele on one side, Messi with freedom, as we said, Braithwaite up front, 3-man midfield, and a 4-man defense. Bilbao, we see trying. It's Sierra Libre was trying to turn around. Felt. I don't think that was a penalty. He was trying to get one, definitely. But Lenglet didn't give. I don't think Lenglet committed that penalty. It was a good idea by Villalibre, but it wasn't clearly a penalty. He lost the ball rightfully. Now there's a foul in the midfield for Barcelona, as Leque, I think it was foul, Braithwaite. First ball that Braithwaite touched, he went to the ground. And it could have been a penalty. No, Villalibre, it was Araujo defending Villalibre, but doesn't. I think Villalibre was one to try to fall before even touching Araujo. Could have been a penalty because he got the tunnel, he got the ball past Araujo, but he was probably too eager to get one. Now obviously Athletic Club trying to get a counter attack. It's Villalibre on the side, but there's too little help. He can't do anything. He will have to stop, turn around, pass it backwards. But nothing happened. The ball went out. Yuri tried to help him coming from behind. Probably Yuri Vercic's presence would have changed a bit the final because Valencia is, as we said, a lot less proficient in the attacking half. But he had some physical problems, so Valencia was the one to start, and the former PSG player just came on the pitch as the goals were falling, probably too little, too late. And the team, both teams actually are just waiting for the game to finish. And it does finish now. The referee finally, he didn't add too much time. Probably wasn't necessary. And the game ends with 4-0 for Barcelona. Good game, good second half for Barcelona. Just as a reminder, we saw the first half that Athletic Club defended well. 0-0 was the score in the halftime, but the second time Barcelona tried to move the ball a little faster. Right in the 50th minute, they had a couple of good chances, and the 60th, Griezmann scored after a good cross by De Jong, and from there it was downhill for Barcelona. Then we had like 3 minutes later, De Jong himself scored after a good cross from Jordi Alba, and Messi scored the third and the fourth goal, being De Jong the one who sent him the assist in the third, and Jordi Alba, second assist of the game for Alba in the fourth goal. There was a goal disallowed for Barcelona. The fifth would have been scored by Griezmann in the final minutes of the game, but it was disallowed for due to an offside. That was very, very, very narrow. But apparently Griezmann's knee, toe, was slightly ahead of the defender, and for that reason it was disallowed. So now we have Barcelona getting the 31st cup in the history, 35th, if I remember correctly. No, 36th, sorry, trophy that Messi wins with the team. Finally, something to celebrate for the Catalans. Thanks for listening. That's all from here. Hope to see you in the upcoming games. Remember, there's league coming up this week, and hopefully we can see Barcelona climbing his way on top. So we're only 2 points. With 2 points behind Atletico and 1 behind Real Madrid. Hopefully we'll see the team on top soon. Again, thanks for watching, and just don't celebrate too hard. Take care from here. This was Oliver speaking, and have a lovely, lovely Sunday, all of you. Bye.